Hello guys, it's Elkskins. I just got back from my buddy's house. I didn't do any filming on this because this is different from his on the drive system a little bit, on the clutch and whatnot, and we were trying to figure it out. I just got it home. We still need to work on reverse. The cable needs adjusted. We need to put springs on it. I'm draining the fluid right now, and we'll go from there. Hello guys, I got something in the mail today. Or not today, the other day. Yeah, I got tires. Now, I'm not going to show you how to mount tires, even though these are split rims, because it's so easy to mount a tire, and I've showed it to you before. So, we're just going to mount them, and then I'll bring you back afterwards. Well, that was not fun. I had to cut both the old tires off of the rims. I will be looking for different rims for the front sooner or later, because both of the outside shells are pretty rough. So, and I don't know if the parts one has any that are good, because I do know the one's off the rim and the other one's not even the correct tire. So, who knows? Okay guys, last night I fixed the reverse cable. For now, it needs a new one. I'll have to make up one somehow. Tonight I messed with the battery box. My welds aren't the perfect ones, but who cares? We still need to put a bunch of the bolts in the belt guard, but I'm debating on whether or not to take this to a car wash tomorrow so we can get it cleaner. If all goes well, Saturday I'll be taking a trip to get some parts. This video will probably come out afterwards, and hopefully we get the stuff to put the choke cable in, put the electric start in, and whatnot. This tractor did not come with a battery box. Somebody put it on. So I'm tired. Long day. But yeah, it's getting there. Okay guys, it's Friday, and look at how nice it is. It doesn't look perfect because I missed a few spots here and there, but it looks a heck of a lot better. Yes, there's some moss still sitting here and there. I forgot, I missed this whole area down here. But for a quick wash, that was pretty good. I'm putting the wheel weights on. I'm going to trim those bolts off. Then I'm going to gather up tools, and we're going to go on a little trip tomorrow. As long as the guy doesn't back out. Okay guys, let's get this grill screen installed. It is indeed the correct one. I may have to undo this bolt up here. I'll have to see. So that should slide in. Yeah, I'm going to have to take that bolt out. Okay, maybe it's 5/8. Oh, thought for sure it was going to be 5/8. This has to be the size. Yep, 11/16. somebody installed that bar wrong. And they drilled out that hole because that parts tractor, well, that was a 62, so it might be a little bit different. But it was a 3/8. So, now that that upper bolt is out of the way, you bring this in here. Huh. Maybe I have to. I know what you have to do now. I gotta take this whole bracketry off. Basically, that bracketry was out of the way on the one that I took that part off of, so that's the reason why I'm having a little issue fighting with it. Okay, make sure the curve part is up, by the way. I forgot to mention that. So this slides in like so. That goes in like that. Now, you want... Hush up, I'm filming. You want this to go into that little hole there on the side of the grill. This comes over here. Now this spring flew pretty far when I was taking it off the parts machine. Alright, so it's locked in on either side. That's good. My little plastic part came down. So now here's the hard part. You have to really give it all to get that bolt back in. So now let's check the Hood clearance, we're good. So push your legs in. All right. Grill screen is in. Supposed to be white, but that's all right. So on to the next project. Welcome back, guys. We got the fenders on. I went over to our buddy's house, got that other fender fixed and welded back on. Some stuff did come in today, because right now all I could find was mismatched belts, and we're not getting full operation of the variator. So I got a set of rotary black belts. They're not the Kevlar, they're just regular black belts. I don't know if I told you this, but I got the push button start in. I need to still locate the bracket, which I might have located it today for the starter generator. I've got an idea for the exhaust and it's done, but I got to do a little bit more work. So I want to get after this thing cools down, because I just brought it home from Terrell's, I want to take this pipe back out and measure it against the longer pipe, cut the longer pipe down just a little bit past this so we can get rid of the threads and it will look clean. And then I gotta also tap the side of the muffler in because it's hitting the air cleaner assembly. So it's pushed it over a little bit, and it's not making the air cleaner's not sealing like it's supposed to. But just for temporary, I stuck it together until I got home. So I don't need to show you everything. Basically what we did was we took a pepper shaker. Actually, we took 2 pepper shaker mufflers. I cut one in half. You know, just cut this seam right out. Used the threaded part, which is the back half, and welded it to the front half of this muffler. That way, you have threads here, threads there, and it makes it look similar to original. The original one was a Nelson, and it was started about here, ended about here. But for a cheap, easy fix, this is the way it's going to be. Because I ain't sinking a ton of money into it. But thanks for Terrell for welding that for me. My welder is kind of down, and plus I'm not very good at real thin stuff like that. He has a better welder for that. So, you know, when I need help, he's there to help me, so that's all that counts. And then same way with him. If he needs help, I'm there. So, all right, guys, let me get situated, and I'm gonna mess around with this off camera and get it right. I don't know yet. I might do the belts on camera. So, all right, guys. See you when I get done with the exhaust. Alright guys, we are going to replace the belts on the David Bradley now. I was hoping for my lower 3-point bracket today, but it did not come in. So first off we have to do is we have to remove the fenders. Yes, all my tools that I need for the job is laying on the floor. I already set them up. Whoops. Okay. So now we take the fenders off. And we set them off to the side. Now, some of you are going to say, well, you just put new belts on it. Why are you replacing them? It's just like a newer MTD. You must have a pair set of belts. Different brands, different things. They have different thicknesses. And the V's are different. So these both are rotary, regular premium belts. They're not Kevlar or anything like that. This is what this tractor's meant for. So basically I've got a Kevlar in the front, so that's thicker. Then I got a Gates belt as the main one, and that's even thicker. So it does not have the low end that it's supposed to. So we're gonna get that done. Now we have to remove this one bolt over here. So put that up there. Then there's I put a self-tapper down here. Now this thing does need axle seals. Move the camera a little bit. Those were not tight. So there's only a couple more bolts left. One for the engine right up here. Now we take that off. Now we got two quarter 20. As soon as I can figure out where the head is. Crap. Alright, I gotta get a light. So let's see. Come on. So we got my flashlight on the phone. So now we have to visibly see where this is. Right there. Very long part. Now, this is your reverse belt, because when you put it in reverse, this pulls down, and this wheel here goes against the back side of the belt, and that throws it in reverse. And when you push this lever forward, this comes out, locking the clutch to this, and that's your forward. So it's pretty easy once you figure it out. Okay, so we will have to okay, so that goes down to the bottom. So we need to do that, and then we need to release that like so, all the way down, so that comes off, and then we need to pull this forward, and this slides off. I forgot my flathead screwdriver, which is right up here. So now let's turn our attention to that thing that's barely in the picture that I was trying to show you. These springs are to return it to where it's supposed to be. So take that spring off and take this spring off. Now I'm gonna find not an E-clip, that's not supposed to be on there. Okay, now the fun part. That comes off like so. Okay, so that belt goes like that, and that just goes down. Then this belt comes off. So let's see. This is the 70. Alright, so that belt's there. It's on there already. Alright, let's move the camera back up to the front. Alright, so that's that way. Now, that that's there, we have to take, move it back down. You see, this is the transmission. And this is the outer side. Or that's the side for the drive. That pulley's wearing out, so I'll have to find one. It's the original pulley. So now we got to start by putting the reverse back together. So we put that like that. Actually, you know what we do? We put this up like that to where alright. I'm going to hurry up and find the correct clip and bring you back. Okay guys, I looked around, found the clip for that. I also found out this pulley, here's the original, very wobbly, loose. Well, that pulley is the same pulley as what's on the Sears Suburbans in custom tractors. This pulley here, one from them, has a heavier bearing and a heavier hub, not this cheap little bearing. It's a much bigger bearing. So that's just for you guys to know. And for future, that's references, that's good. So the only thing left to do is put the springs back on, the belt cover, then we can take it for a little drive. So I'm not going to bore you with putting the side cover back on. I'll do that off camera. drive this thing with not having to hold the camera because it's lever operated. Okay guys, let me put the feet in on the tripod and then we'll continue. So, I put some oil on the shroud, this Marble Mystery Oil, just to see how things will brighten up on a kind of a oily look. So, this is your clutch slash reverse. So this, you go forward and it locks into forward. You go reverse, you gotta hold that back. This is your variator. Oh, it kind of gets touchy on. And we got, oh, I know what that is. I think I know what that is. It looks like a valve cover leak, which is expected. I'll have to monitor that, or find the gasket for it and replace it. So at least we know it's there. So I'll have to find the valve cover gasket. Overall, I think it's doing pretty good. Now I found that leak, that's alright. So, alright guys, we'll do another video after the 3-point gets put on it. Okay guys, after I did the video on the David Bradley, I got to thinking, and some of you might have noticed, on the frame there's wax. So what happened? When Terrell and I got the old pipe out, he tried the wax trick. Wax went all over. And I forgot about it. So when the muffler heated up on that long run, it melted the wax. And that's what was all over the front of the engine. Not oil, it was wax. Now it may do it again, because there is some little bit of wax. I mean, look. Down on the ground, or floor. That's all wax, like the white shiny stuff. And yes, I do need to clean up my floor. It gets swept once in a while. So, that was the problem. It's not leaking any oil. The only thing that this thing does is it smokes a little bit. And it's got a rattle to it, as you may have heard. Now, I'm not worried about it. If this engine goes, I've got two Model 14s, which are a little bit smaller than this, and horsepower-wise. The height of the block is the same. I can always throw a 6-horse Model 19. One of them is a Sears engine. It's got the Sears tag on the side. So, you know, I am looking at possibly getting 1 or 2 parts tractors. So, alright guys, this is truly the end of the video. We will pick up when the 3-point bracket part comes in, which should be tomorrow, and we'll go from there.